Okay, so Robert Frost's Waiting is a poem that's central theme is loneliness and reflection. In terms of it, just looking at his family history and depression, and that's expressed through like dark imagery. So A Field at Dusk, for example, is already setting the scene in terms of darkness, in terms of mood, and it goes further as well. For what Spectre like on the first sentence, it's a supernatural entity. A spectre is usually a ghost, someone who's just silently watching, alone, really. Is that supposed to be a mond, right? A mond. Tall haycocks, lightly piled, having spaces in between. I enter alone upon the stubbled field. Again, alone. It's a repetition of the theme, loneliness, and from which the labourers' voices may have died. He's looking back at the memories of these labourers, and through that, the ghost of that memory itself is again another connotation to the theme of loneliness and darkness. The antiphony of afterglow, I kind of interpret that as being the opposite of afterglow, so the ever dark, that sort of thing. And rising full moon, sit me down upon the full moon's side of the first haycock and lose myself amid so many alike. He's looking back at the memory of so many full moons, and myself being the personal pronoun, is again, it's, how do I say, it's desolating him, completely removing himself from other people amongst so many alike. He's alone amongst, while still being surrounded by people, in effect. I dream upon the opposing lights of the hour. So the light of the hour, I think, is the state of the sun in the sky. Okay, and preventing shadow until the moon prevails. So he's just waiting for the day to go out, as it were. I dream upon the nighthawks peopling heaven. I dream. Dream is a very subjective thing. The dream itself adds the ethereal sort of supernatural side to it as well, in my opinion. Dreaming of a nighthawk's peopling heaven. It's not as concrete. It's not an emotion. It's more like dreaming of a feeling, as it were, like the loneliness, that sort of thing. Or plunging headlong with fierce twang afar. Okay. And that's mute antics. Seeing as you can't hear a bat, all of it's it's got bad eyesight, and everything it does is in ultrasonics. We can't hear that. I think what that is a metaphor for is the fact that he's probably saying something and can't be heard in that respect. And again, that coupled with the theme of the darkness and the loneliness, it kind of shows exactly how far deprived he is of company and what has happened to him and how he feels about that. In the abyss of odour and rustle and that silenced by my advent finds once more after an interval his instrument. I think this part, to me, in personal interpretation right now, I think that after going down as far as he has, he's kind of found the instrument, a tool to kind of bring himself back up again. If that's a valid interpretation of it. And tries once, twice, and thrice it might be there. I'm a worn book of old golden song. I brought not here to read, it seems, but old. This, I think, is reflecting just how much he has reminisced over all these memories and this general feeling of desperation and loneliness. And the golden song, I think that's just a different way of saying his favourite song. And so a favourite song is something that he's listened to time and time again, and it's just reminding him of how far he's come and what has happened. And freshness in this air, withering sweetness, though the memory of one absent most, for whom these lines, one day shall be but cry. Withering sweetness, again, I think this is a metaphor for a taste in your mouth. Like, once, if you're going to relate memories to a taste in your mouth, it's in the sense that all the good things have gone and he's only stuck with the sickly taste, the last, like, bad stuff that he could be, like dwelling upon.
Compare. I kind of compared it with William Wordsmith, The Tabor's Tent. In that, in this poem, he talks about, I'll just show you the poem now. Yeah, I just kind of compared it with that poem in that this poem talks about like the tabor's tent in that you have to learn more from nature, which the theme is nature as a teacher. So you have to learn more from nature than just read books. So in this one, it's kind of like, while Robert Frost talks about the one book where he's learned more things that happened to him, he talks about like, his depression of his life and all the troubles he's going through and the losses. This poem talks about like you can't learn a lot from that, but you have to go out like the nature and learn more from it. Do you understand? Yeah. And then so he talks about tables tending, hopefully you do something nice while Robert Frost wrote on the past of loneliness. So that's why.
Okay, thanks guys, round of applause.
How long did you last? That's the question. That's the question. We were supposed to have 10 minutes.
7.5.
Ah, that's not bad, is it?